The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. Search teams have recovered both the flight data and cockpit voice recorders from the deadly Nepal plane crash. Nepal Civil Aviation Authority says the black boxes will be handed to investigators. Data from the recorders may help determine why the passenger plane carrying 72 people crashed in the foothills of the Himalayas despite clear weather. Meanwhile, rescuers recovered 2 more bodies on Monday, bringing the death toll to 70. The search for the remaining 2 victims has been called off at nightfall. Authorities say 41 of the victims had been identified and would be handed to their families after officials finish their post-mortem reports. A witness of the Nepal crash shares in detail how the country's deadliest airplane accident in 3 decades unfolded before his very eyes. The details in this report by the Associated Press.
एक बहुत सी ब्लास्ट आ गया। मैं तो वीडियो ऑफ कर लिया था और एक फ्लेम आ गया था, वो लाल फ्लेम आ गया था और जहां मैं बैठ रहा हूँ वहां पर मुझे भूकंप जैसे भी वो कंपन आ गया था और मैं तो नाराज हो गया। फिर मैं मोबाइल डाउन कर नीचे चला गया। अब आसपास के बाजू वाले के लोग भी आने लगे। थोड़ी देर बाद पुलिस भी आने लगी और मैं वहां से वापस अपनी जगह पर आ गया ताकि वो सर्च एंड रेस्क्यू टीम को आसानी हो जाए, वो भीड़ जमा न रह जाए।
We will be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Search teams have recovered both the flight data and cockpit voice recorders from the deadly Nepal plane crash. Nepal Civil Aviation Authority says the black boxes will be handed to investigators. Data from the recorders The death toll from a Russian missile strike in the Ukrainian city of Dnipro rises to 40, with dozens more missing. This makes it the deadliest civilian incident of Moscow's 3-month campaign of firing missiles at cities far from the front. Ukraine says the mass civilian deaths, which it describes as terrorism, demonstrate why it needs more weapons to defeat Russian forces. Russia, meanwhile, denies intentionally targeting civilians. Italy's most wanted mafia boss, Matteo Messina Denaro, has been arrested by armed police at a private hospital in Sicily. Messina Denaro, who has been on the run since 1993, was being treated for cancer at Sicily. Nicknamed Diabolic and Yusico, or the skinny one, Messina Denaro has been sentenced in absentia to a life term for his role in the 1992 murders of two anti-mafia prosecutors. This crime had shocked the nation and sparked a crackdown on Cosa Nostra. Authorities said dismantling Messina Denaro's network of protectors was key in reaching the result following years of work. A second man who drove Messina Denaro to the hospital was arrested at the scene on suspicion of aiding a fugitive. After the Golden Globes, Everything Everywhere All at Once bags more accolades, this time at the Critics' Choice Awards. The film brought home 5 trophies, among which was the most coveted Best Picture award. Let's watch this.
This award is dedicated to my dad, a Taiwanese immigrant who worked himself into an early grave. And this is really dedicated to the Evelyns, the Waymans, the immigrant parents who would kill themselves for us immigrant children to give us a better life. This is dedicated to them.
My mother, who...
June Kwan!
Not only inspired the movie, but was the first person to plant the seed in my head that I could be a director. She told me, maybe the first Asian American immigrant mother to ever tell their son to go to film school.
You've not only helped audiences find our little movie, but you've also helped audiences to remember who I am. And for that, I am so grateful to you.
It's like, what is this? It's this patriarchal pyramid where someone stands up here. Why don't we just say there is a whole raft of female performances that are in concert and in dialogue with one another? And stop the televised horse race of it all.
Like a guy like Charlie, who I played in this movie, in any way struggle with obesity, or you just feel like you're in a dark sea, I want you to know that if you too can have the strength to just get to your feet and go to the light, good things will happen. Thank you. Good night.
Here's the latest on the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Actor-activist Idris Elba and Sabrina Elba are calling on business and political leaders to invest in the world's poorest countries. The couple was honored at the WEF for their work on environmental conservation, food security, and climate change. After receiving the 2023 Crystal Award, the UN Goodwill Ambassadors used their time on stage to appeal for help on behalf of struggling countries. Sabrina Elba highlighted food crisis in Somalia, Haiti, Sudan, and other countries. Meanwhile, her husband, Idris Elba, reminded leaders that the world's poorest need more investment rather than more aid.
The poor of this world are not just looking for aid and handouts. They are looking for investment. Investment in people, in nature, in innovation, in partnership. Please do not lose courage. Okay? It takes stamina to stay the course. To the businesses, keep investing in mitigating climate change. As Sabrina said, please invest in small farms and the small to medium businesses that support. With greater access to finance, to markets, to resources, to technology, to knowledge, and to people, we can define a different future.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register an account now at signalplay.com.ph so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Coming right up is Agenda at 8 a.m. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.